Oh, hold on a second. Let me get into this dang shot. Yeah, baby. All right, so this picks up from, if you guys seen the video, where I tried to prep for cold drag day and it didn't go right whatsoever. That day left a lot of open-ended questions and trying to figure out what was the direction I was gonna go. So it pretty much pushed me to a point where I'm like, you know what? I just need to go and actually build a transmission and get one built from scratch. And in order to do that, I need a core. So you have no idea how hard it was to actually go and find freaking a 4L60E core on Marketplace. I don't know why you had some people that wanted like astronomical freaking numbers, but it took forever, and I finally found somebody that actually had one. Dude only wanted like 150 bucks, said that it worked. Honestly, you never know, but said that it worked. He pulled it for his truck, but the one thing that he did, long story short, it wasn't gonna work for him because he did not have the right year. I grabbed that, I called Gail Cahal. For those of you guys that don't know, her late husband, Frank Cahal, is the one that actually started and got the business together. And they built some pretty nasty 4L60Es. It's definitely some local guys that put up some good numbers and very competitive. And so I definitely knew if I called her and got it right, yeah, I definitely have like a competitive 4L60E. Thing is though, she was really honest with me. Like I said, super cool. She was really honest with me, and she pretty much just told me like, for what I was trying to do and even for the future plan and to not spend money twice, I'm probably looking over $3 grand in a build, which not even including the torque converter. I wasn't ready for that whatsoever. It kind of went all over the place. And then I ended up getting a 4L80E and all kinds of stuff. I talked to freaking RVT Built, talked to my brother Reg, talked to Torque, Big Torque Performance, shout out to him. And that's how I kind of got to the conclusion I'm just gonna grab an 80E. So found the 80E off of a guy. It was definitely a bit of a drive, but worth it. Super cheap. It was a complete core, cool dude, and it worked out. But you guys are gonna see that later. But as you can see, it definitely took a big turn. I mean, I went from trying to put a servo in and a torque converter just to be a little snappier off the line so that I can get every edge I could possibly get, to doing a full-blown 4L80E with billet input shafts and a trans brake. I don't even know how I ended up going from A to B, but whatever. So, I mean, enough of me talking, man. Y'all gonna get into it. You're gonna see me going to go grab this thing. Like I said, the guy with the 4L60E, super cool, and bringing it back to the house and what I thought I was going to be, well, what I thought was going to be the future, but things change. So, you know, check it out. All right, y'all, not giving up yet, man. Not giving up yet. So found the guy. I mean, I was searching for some reason. It was really hard to find. I don't know why, but just trying to get a core 4L60E. I wasn't having much luck in my area, but then again, I was probably just being antsy, trying to get it the now, and for the cheap, which doesn't happen. But long story short, came across a guy, got lucky, not too far from me, has a 4L60E out of a 97 K1500, so it's a 4-wheel drive transmission. Not sweating it. I can get a different output shaft, but as long as there's no crazy, ridiculous cracks upon the case, then this should be good to go. He wants 150 bucks for it. It's a complete trans, so it'll be a good core for wherever I decide to take it. Because at this point, I'm just gonna take my time, take the core, drop it off somewhere, and come up with a plan, talk to him and see what's in my budget that I can make work. Of course, with already having the great quality Sonex servo and also having a good torque converter already. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to give, Cahal. I'm probably going to give, I would say Frank Cahal, but Frank Cahal passed away. His wife's running the business now. And probably going to give Mrs. Cahal a call and see the process as far as getting my trans done, if it's in the budget and if it'll work out for me. So I'm going to make that phone call after we go and pick this trans up and check it out. Wisconsin, middle of nowhere. About to get my Dominic Toretto on. Flip a Yui and try to run through all cinematically while the train coming. Whoa. Is it back there? I don't know what's going on here, but I'm going the other way. This thing is badass, man. Wow, I even thought about going with these wheels in the past. These things look good. This has got to be like a 4.6 drop, maybe even lower. Extended cab, step side. Wow. Billet steps. Oh my gosh. Oh. Hey, how's it going? I'm sorry, not to be a creep. This thing is beautiful. I don't know. I'm here for the transmission. Oh, okay, cool. Wow, this thing is not. Is this yours? No, I wish. Oh shit. Damn, this has got to be like a 4.6 drop. Something like that. Yeah. Wow. Okay. All right. I just had to like get this on camera. This is beautiful, man. This is literally what I have. Yeah. Yeah. Do you need me to back in? Huh? You need me to back in? The transmission's right over there. Oh, okay. All right. So pull over there? Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. All right. So I picked the trans up, y'all. I mean, this looks a lot better than it did when I first picked it up. Because, I mean, oh my gosh, it was some gnarly stuff on here. I mean, shoot. Here's the aftermath of all the rust. That's all the rust and whatnot. And mind you, there was more rust. But had to take off the 4-wheel drive piece, get that out of here, because I'm not going to be needing that. Got to get a longer output shaft for the 2-wheel drive. And then here's the brackets and what might be considered salvageable bolts. I might get a new one of these. I'm not sure yet. Or I may take the one off the trans. I'll just price one, see if it's super crazy. But at least we got to start now. We got a solid core. Okay, so, I mean, at this point in time, what's running through my mind is, all right, I am good. I got the trans. I freaking, you know, took off all of the rusty parts. It wasn't actually a casing because that's aluminum. That was fine. But all of the metal parts that were just completely like I will say rust welded, just rusted away. But got all that stuff off, thought I was good to go, and that was going to be the plan. But once again, made a couple phone calls and ended up breaking down and saying, you know what? Let me just take a shot in the dark. And honestly, it wasn't like a definitive decision just yet. I just started poking around on Marketplace, scrolling. That's how it always starts. That's how we all go broke. I'm scrolling and I came across a heck of a deal. I found a guy who had a 4L80E out of a motorhome, and it was a diesel motorhome. So just a tidbit of information on the 4L80Es. He himself, when I talked to him, was telling me that, yeah, this thing, these ones that come behind the diesels or in the motorhomes are supposedly more heavy duty than the other 4L80Es. At first, I'm like, okay, I Googled it, did a quick search, didn't come up with anything that actually told me that that was true. But after I talked to John Viteo, shout out to John Viteo, that's who has my transmission, spoiler alert. But yeah, John Viteo, when he pretty much like bust down the transmission in front of me, which was super cool, he was letting me know that there is a difference. And that one difference is, I want to say it's the sun gear. Transmission gurus, don't freaking decapitate me if I said the wrong part. I want to say it's the sun gear. That particular gear, when it comes into other 80Es, it's almost like a slanted gear pattern, to whereas though the ones that come in the more heavy duty vehicles are straight gear patterns. It's straight up and down. That straight gear pattern, supposedly, well not supposedly, that straight gear pattern is stronger than the slanted pattern. That is the one difference that actually makes it more heavy duty than the other ones. And John Viteo, he did tell me that like your transmission is going to be kind of noisy. They're loud compared to the other ones with those type gears. But as long as I have the heads up, I'm good. Yeah, so came across that guy and took the drive once again, far drive, picked up the transmission, and went from there. And that started the whole 4L80E craze. So cool. All right, y'all, it worked, man. It worked out. I mean, that's the first time in a while I actually had like a successful Facebook Marketplace interaction. Last one I had was literally the torque converter that I was trying to get put in, and that's the last time I had one that went like pretty smooth. Other than that, man, there's so many scams out here and stuff you got to watch out for. It's wild. But got the 4L80E, man. It's in the back. Got the trash bag back there. Thank goodness they had one, so the old lady don't freaking cut my testicles off. But yeah, so he was straightforward about it. He was saying that what he believes was the case was when it got towed a while, and he thinks that the reverse head went out, and he was saying because it probably got towed in gear or something. He wrote it out, but he was saying that he thinks that it was towed and it was in like a drive, or it wasn't in park or something like that, and something about the it needs to be on to cool it, and it probably like maybe burnt up like the fluid and gave it heat. Who knows? But either way, it was rolling. And then he doesn't have reverse, but he still had forward gears. So hopefully that's good enough and the core is solid enough to, you know, be okay. But only one way to find out. So we'll see. All right, so here it is, folks. Definitely, I mean, obviously to the eye, larger. And I think I'll be okay. I mean, I did a good amount of research. We're trying to look it up to see how this goes. But yeah, so one thing I do know for sure is that this shaft, I'm gonna have to swap that out. Sonex makes, I mean, a few companies makes it, but I found the Sonex part number that has the longer one so that it can activate the neutral safety switch. This one is the short stubby boy, so this one doesn't have the extra length to activate that neutral safety switch. So me swapping that out will allow that to work. Other than that, I mean, looking at the tail shaft, this one is the I want to say like the universal joint style. So that's going to have to get swapped out because I obviously don't have that type of end, and I'm not going to switch to that end either. And here, the one thing I do have to make sure of, and even if that's not the case, there are holes here, but if I'm not mistaken, I will be able to make a neutral safety switch work here. And if not, I might have to tap into these and kind of like make my own threads to make it work. Or it may line up and they may be in there, but I mean, it's just pretty grungy over here, so it's really hard to tell. But yeah, man, we'll get it back to the house, make the road trip home, and see how it goes. Look at this, man. Beautiful, beautiful. I just had to stop because like driving up here, as you guys could see, was just like, it was beautiful up here. I mean, would I live up here? Potentially. I gotta be in the mix a little too much, but at the same time, I'm not like a super fast-paced dude. It's nice to have the best of both worlds, but if I could come out, grab a freaking cup of coffee and like watch some Motor Trend or read a good article on some horsepower, this would be great, man. Okay, so got a few things to do today. I gotta go drop off the transmission to Vitio. I think that's how you pronounce it, but that's the guy that does like the local racers around my way. That's the guy that does the transmissions for them. So he's the one that I'm gonna take my 4080 to, and hopefully see where it goes from there. Hopefully I get some good news. Hopefully it's not so beat up that like it's gonna cost extra money and it's literally just a matter of a rebuild. So we'll see. All right, here's the trans right here. Y'all saw it before when I first picked it up from the guy, but I mean, all I did was I kind of did flip it over and just look at the valve body just to see if anything jumped out and screamed, oh no, I'm screwed. But I mean, for the most part, I don't know what I'm looking at. It looked fine, but gonna get this dropped off to him, and this thing is freaking heavy, man. Definitely a difference from the freaking, what's that called? The 60E. Okay, so here's the plan now. I really didn't think I was gonna end up doing this because I thought I was just gonna take my freaking truck, but I was wrong. Because I could, but I'm, for whatever reasons, well, you know, whatever, I'm just gonna put it in the van. So, I gotta freaking slide this thing to the edge of the tailgate and get it over here, get it in the back of the van, and not spill anything, because then my old lady will kill me. All right, y'all, we in the van, headed down there, and I've made this mistake multiple times when it comes to looking up stuff on Marketplace or just recommendations in general. I might be at work or just somewhere else, not by home, and I'll look up to see how far it is from me. And usually I'm like, oh, that's not bad. Like, oh, you know, an hour or whatever. Dude, so got home, and I think this was earlier today that I realized it. Punched in the address. This man is 2 hours away. I'm going to do it because I'm a man of my word. And so far, it seems like he has a lot of people that go by his work. And the people that go by his work, they're solid. They have great time. They kind of like beat on their cars. So I'm just gonna suck it up and go to him and see what happens. All right, man, pulling up the Wawa. Gotta get some gas because your boy looking kind of scarce. Looking kind of scarce. Especially with going on a trip this long. I'm just going to top off the fuel and call it a day, man.
Like at 239 could have been a gift for the curtain. Like at 239, as rough as they look, I'd probably take them shit to get clean. And that's the thing.
You got him you got him early?
Yeah, because he was just riding for me before he worked that shit.
Oh, wow. Alright, y'all, I'm off the turnpike and I'm still going. Y'all probably can't even really see anything because it is black, pitch black. All I got is my freaking headlights. There's no other lights out here. This is it. But I'm a few minutes away, probably like 4 minutes away. About to pull up and drop this thing off and hope I get good news, man. Alright, so I'll let y'all. And I kind of got scared because I was kept reading stuff about 4L60s, but they're different, and how like they're super picky because of these like A/B solenoids and like different ohms and all that. And I was like, okay, I am done.
The truck, what's the truck have in it now?
4L60. Because usually I think they talk about like a groove that kind of like wears into it or something like that.
Yeah.
Man, we out here dead of night. It's freaking super dark. Finally got back. I'm super desperate, had to pee. Came over to the rest stop and got some freaking, look at how desperate I am. Dude, I got 7-Eleven pizza. That's how thugged out I am right now. And you know why? It's because I'm broke, okay? Because I just spent all of this money just now on that transmission. I'm out here with a freaking 4L80E with a trans brake. and a stock motor. But it's all good, man. Here's the valve body that I'm gonna have to send off. It's kind of dark, you can't really see it. But here's the valve body I gotta send off to Jake's Performance to get that D3. I probably might not have to, honestly, because they just charge you an extra core fee, like 50 bucks. But when I just left just now, the guy was telling me that I'm probably gonna need to send this in because I have an earlier model. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, it's getting freaking chilly. Who is that? Oh, what it do, bruh?
How you make out, my boy?
I make out. I'm out here
Just out living?
showing my good old people on the good old YouTube how broke I am, that I'm eating 7-Eleven pizza after dropping off that dang transmission because I'm broke.
Listen, 7-Eleven pizza, it's psychotic behavior. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's crazy.
So the psychotic behavior.
That's psychotic behavior. That's crazy. Yo, you a bold soul, yo.
All right, y'all. So that wraps it up, man. I mean, you saw the drive. It's freaking nighttime. Like I said, John Viteo, super cool. Took it apart right then and there, explained everything to me, which was great. Because I mean, when you're spending, you know, a lot of money, you definitely want to make sure that it's money well spent. And he was really upfront and like in my face with it, which I super appreciate. And you also witnessed me get called a freaking psycho because I ate 7-Eleven pizza. But like I said, I was a little desperate at the time. So got that, and that was pretty much the end of the story, man. At this point now, I want to say quite a bit of pieces of information that I have now is I did go with the Jake's Performance D3 trans brake. Now, this trans brake, we'll get more into detail with it when I actually have it in hand, but it was on sale for Christmas for the original D3 design. After watching Facebook videos, looking at Jake explain the differences in the different levels of the brake, because they have the D3 original design, they have the D3 Plus, and they have the D3 Pro. Now, the D3 Pro, that's where it's at. It's the sucky part is it is like a nice chunk of money more. So I ended up doing that, and I'm kind of like technically paying it off, but whatever. But yeah, so that trans brake is already ordered. I sent the other core in, so they have it. And yeah, I'm gonna have an 80E with a trans brake way faster than anticipated. But again, another move, and for the year 2024, that's gonna be a solid staple in the build, big time. So all right, man, that's how my freaking decisions have blown me in the wind. And hopefully anybody that was looking for can get some good information out of this, because it was a lot of answers to the 4L60E, 4L80E that I didn't have, and hopefully I'll definitely put some of it in here so that way you guys know. And I'll get a little more in detail with that later on, but for now, just giving you the gist of where the direction is, so when you come back to the channel, you know what you're going to be in for. So all right, man, I'll see you on the next one. Appreciate it. Peace.